fellow villain Tremites, listen up. If you're not subscribed, subscribe right now for great content like this. And if you want videos of me taking crossover characters from Star Wars and invading the MCU or vice versa, smash the like button so that I know you like content like this, and I'll be more than happy to continue the series. But this won the vote by a massive margin on a poll I put up on my community tab and almost had 1,000 votes. And it was, which character from Star Wars would you want to see invade the MCU? We're going to have Revan today. I'm going to give a quick breakdown on what Revan's bringing to the table and how I think it would go down if he pulled up on the MCU. I hope you guys enjoy this hypothetical. So, Revan is one of the most gifted Force users ever, even scaling directly above characters like Darth Nihilus, who, if you haven't seen my recent video on Darth Nihilus, definitely go check it out. He was a character who was considered to have the potential raw Force power to consume the galaxy, then the universe, then the Sith and Jedi ideas themselves. And he derived power from death at the end of time. Then you go and look at the fact that Revan was compared directly to like Darth Sidious and Darth Kaitis, and it was speculated that would be a terrific brawl if all three were to fight. That's absolutely an absurd notion of power for Revan. Revan also was stated to basically learn everything in a short amount of time that the Jedi could possibly teach, which would include all of the lightsaber forms back then. Which makes him one of the most potentially gifted duelists we have ever seen, at least technically. I think one of his most potent abilities that's slept on is his precog and ability to neg your precog. We've actually seen him directly defeat opponents who can see literally from ranging from seconds to minutes to even days in the future, and he can still outpace them and beat them. He also literally was so strong, he created like passive force aura and placement between people. So like if you weren't force sensitive, he would pass by you and you would become force sensitive in his presence. Crazy. And lastly, he casually scaled above like Exar Kun, Malik Amped by the Starforge by several times because, and what makes that crazy is those characters can like overpower devices that can casually induce supernovas, and he's massively beyond that. At his peak, he could do stuff like teleport. He has astral hacks, resistance to soul hacks, mind hacks, can make clones, almost like shadow clones. He hasn't shown he can like super spam this, but he has pretty good stamina. Resistance to telepathic manipulation. He also has his own manipulation that he was even able to use on the Emperor Vitiate himself over 300 years. And he's overall one of the toughest, most skilled, and most dangerous characters we have ever seen in Star Wars history. Was at his time as a Jedi the most renowned Jedi ever, and probably the strongest ever to that point, as well as the most like military gifted one and most celebrated tactician ever. As a battlefield general, he even defeated Mandalore the Ultimate. That's not even going over what he did as a Sith. That's what I mean. Like, Revan was stupidly broken. And he was almost seen to have like a primal connection to the Force. So what would happen if this big dog, this elite fighter, this Sith killer from Star Wars pulled up on the MCU? Black Widow one-shots. Nah, just kidding. So, obviously, certain heroes really ain't going to mean shit, like Black Widow, Hawkeye. To a degree, Captain America probably won't matter. They obviously get wiped. Thor, in some cases, definitely has the AP to hurt Revan, for sure. I mean, the fact he could fight before even becoming massively stronger, like Malekith, who is amped by the Reality Stone, which has infinite power and can, like, override the universe. Those beings have like Thor tier characters at his best AP feats. Doctor Strange, they have the AP, right? But Revan has a lot of hacks in the speed and precog and hacks against your own precog that makes him incredibly dangerous, and in a 1v1, he's going to wipe a lot of characters. We have to consider this, though. If you pull up on the MCU, you're also pulling up on the multiverse, so we don't know where Revan lands. So imagine how shitty of a day this would be, right? You invade the MCU, and you could have landed on Earth in New York and just had to deal with, like, Tony Stark in the park with his girl, Doctor Strange somewhere, like, smoking with Wong or whatever they were doing. Wong was hitting the bong, you know the vibes. You just randomly assorted MCU characters, not even the high tiers. Doctor Strange is a high tier, but you could catch him, you know, lacking if you had the chance, like Ebony Maw did. He could do that and have a way better day. Or he could land where What If Doctor Strange is, who, like, like, literally swallows, like, galaxy to universe busting attacks. Like, shit like that. Oh my god, that'd be horrible. Or if he landed with, like, What If Ultron, or potentially the Watcher would maybe interfere if it was that crazy, but I don't think Revan would obviously go on, like, a multiversal tear. Now, if he has the ability to enter the MCU, we would obviously be assuming he can enter any of those timelines. So that's what makes it fascinating. I think he takes out a lot of the ground heroes, but I think higher tier characters like Doctor Strange, especially with help from other characters like Thor, could take him down. But he's going to be a massive threat to all of them. Definitely where he gets stopped is when he starts dealing with the What If characters. I mean, casually, like, what if Thor was, like, destroying stars, partying and shit? So it would be pretty rough. I do think, you know, Thor and Doctor Strange as a duo could give him a really good fight, especially in AP. So it makes it interesting. But if he catches them all lacking, which most likely would happen, because that's how smart he was, that's the kind of strategist he was, he wouldn't just, like, bum rush. It'd be really tough for them. But overall, Revan would be a massive threat to them. Would he be a threat on a Thanos scale? That's kind of hard to say, because I don't think he'd be coming from the standpoint of, like, collecting the Infinity Stones. But if he learned about them, we might have a completely different conversation on our hand. Could he wield the Infinity Gauntlet? Probably. I think he could. Would he get all the stones? I don't know. That would have to be a Darth Revan versus Thanos, who would win, and if he could get those stones. If you want to see that video, let me know in the comment section down below. But yeah, do you guys want to see a Revan video entirely, like a Darth Revan scale, all that? I could definitely do that. This is just a hypothetical of facing the MCU heroes. Wanda's problem, because I didn't really mention her, she definitely has the power, obviously, if she could break a damn stone. But she can get caught off guard. Doesn't have the best reaction feats and stuff like that, so that would be her problem with Revan. I definitely think he could catch her lacking, just like he could catch a lot of them lacking. So he would be a massive threat, especially if he ran the 1v1s, but I do think the higher tiers eventually could stop him. If not, the What Ifs definitely would if he started moving on. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. It's your boy YFE. We just crossed 10K. Next stop, 20K. Let's keep it up. Thank you all for the support, and I will see y'all later. Peace.